Well, hello there.
Well, hello there. Well, hello there.
Whoa, I didn't mute a thing. We got a crazy recursive feedback loop. That's annoying. All right, we'll get started here in just a second. Alright, so what we're doing today is first we'll put on our armor. And we're going to very quickly take care of these remaining trees. Oops. Yeah, so we're gonna do a new setup once I get all these down. That's gonna make it so I can chop these down without dealing with having to go look for hidden pieces just to get everything. Because that is no fun. I think this might actually finally be okay. So we should get down before we fall from a leaf decaying under it. I don't actually know if these count towards the logs. I doubt they do. Or we would never get anything done. Can't quite reach it. Ah, crap. That was annoying. So was that. Okay. You know what? We're just gonna do it. I do really like this wood, but it is a huge pain to get. I wonder if these actually decay as well. Because every time I've gotten this wood before, I just went into a swamp and chopped the easy bits and moved on, because the swamps were nowhere near my base. I didn't care if they looked weird. And they could be anywhere in there. Maybe finish this one off. It'd be easy. But I don't see them in here either. There it is. Hopefully that's the last one. No, it is not. We were not that lucky. That might have been the last one now, because this thing's finally decaying. Oh, is that what we missed right there? Okay. And then that right there. There is just no rhyme or reason to how this stuff pops in and out of here. Alright. Hopefully that is all of it. We'll find out momentarily, I guess. I think there might still be some in here. Oops. Alright, let's find what we need. anymore. And when I see it start to decay on its own, like that right there, I will assume that we can go back down. And it will take care of the rest of it itself. Okay. Do the same thing here. There's any more. All right. Alright, I think this one's finally taking care of itself as well. Okay. So, how are we doing on saplings and propagules? Not too bad. Oh, that's cool how that worked out. Alright. We'll just leave that there. Just for the novelty of it. Did we miss more? I'm getting the feeling we missed more. Oops. Clumsy me. Let's be a little more careful because this fall killed me. There we go. Might have just been those two. I get the impression it was actually. Oops, I was gonna go down on those. Oh well. Is there more up on this one? Let's find out. Yep. Even a single one of these will prevent the rest from falling. Very annoyingly so. Well, I was planning on going down that vine as well. We're gonna have to find another vine fairly quickly. There we go. Okay, I think we're finally done. Wait, maybe I may have spoken too soon. There might be some more hidden in this one. Yeah, there we go. think we're good. What am I standing on? Oh. Well that, oh, the leaves are just, I'm not used to the way mangrove leaves look when they're by themselves. I'm so used to seeing them all in the forest. That darkness in the middle made me think that they were on, there was a vine around something. Okay. So let's take care of the roots. Because it appears that they do not fall away on their own. This is getting us some nice moss carpet as well. Look at that, that's so nice. I'm gonna leave that too. And we're gonna have to make another rack. Yep. Our bamboo's coming in nicely. Let's not do that till we have it. Let's see if we still have the stubborn glow berry over here. We do. I just don't want to have glowberry. All right. I think this is the third night I haven't slept, so we might get a couple phantoms now. All right. I think there might still be one in here. Because the rate its decay is just not existent. And maybe while we're up here, we'll meet a friendly phantom. Oh, here's the reason. Was that the only one? It appears it might have been. No? More. Okay. I think we're good. Of course, if I keep standing under these trees, no phantoms are. Get some more of this bamboo. I like the way it sounds when it gets. Wow, they really are really fast. Look at all this bandage. We already have over a step after starting with just the 12. Okay. And still no fan. I'm starting to think maybe I missed more. It's a recurring theme here today on the Captain Incredulous show. Yep. I'm hoping that was it. Yep. Looks like it was. Okay. So now, let's scope out a better place to plant trees. It won't be a permanent spot. I just want sort of a flat area that's a little bigger than this. Maybe we'll check a little north of here and see how it looks over there. Or maybe we'll just keep it here and chop some of these mushrooms. Let's see. It doesn't matter too much because this is not going to be a permanent feature. Yeah. Oh, and I had changed something for something else when I was messing around earlier today. And this will make checking all this stuff out a little easier if I change that setting back. No, this area over here might just be the best spot. I don't want to spend a lot of time on it. When we get an silk touch enchantment, we'll actually be able to chop these down and keep the blocks as they are. But when you don't have silk touch, you just pick up mushrooms, tiny little mushrooms. These are really satisfying to chop, though. I guess I'm gonna have to say goodbye to the mushroom with the vine on it because this is in the way. And let's see. That one, this one. Man, this axe is already about had it. I'm gonna terraform just a little bit. Probably go through 2 or 3 shovels. It's a good thing we made all those shovels before we went treasure hunting. I don't know what's up with the Phantoms. I was certain this was the third night I hadn't slept. They should be here by now. If not, tomorrow's definitely the third. I mean, you know, unless it's not. Maybe we did sleep and just forgot. But we'll find out in about 10 minutes. And hopefully by 10 minutes from now, we'll be planting trees instead of flattening an area to plant them. And then maybe we'll go back to the nether, try to sneak in and out of that fortress, just get some nether wart. Maybe I should get all the shovels I have, because everything I have is just terrible right now. They're all going to break. And still, no glowberry. You're terrible. Maybe we should encourage it. You know, you're doing the best you can. We believe in you. You can do it. All right, we'll give that a shot. Where do we put our shovel? Not in there. There's one of them. I don't think we went through them all. Maybe we did. Did we? Let's check one more time. I guess we can use that one. That's not really what I wanted, but maybe okay. I guess we went through them and I just forgot. Well, there's one, but we're gonna need more than that. Let's make 3. Oops. Okay. You know, while we're here, might as well make an axe. As you can see, we're about to be in need of that as well. And we're not going to be able to pick up all this dirt. And as I was saying before, we're so poor, we're not even dirt poor. We literally need dirt. So I'm not going to let any of that despawn like I might if we were at end game. And we'll just finish flattening this little area here. And then we'll get to planting. Yep. it's not gonna be much longer before we do a villager trading hall and we get some enchanted books, because I am just not having, I'm just not feeling having these terrible tools breaking so quickly over and over and over. And we're not even really doing the fun stuff yet. We're doing the preliminary do stuff so you can do other stuff. Are we getting there? Ooh, these things. We want those things. Yeah, we're almost there. This and then one more level. We should maybe be done by nightfall, just in time to see these phantoms that I must be making up. Because I keep saying they'll come tonight. They'll come tonight. Maybe I have narcolepsy and I'm just not realizing that I'm sleeping. I knew a guy who had that. He was asked to film a show at a local bar, and just as the band started, he fell asleep. And he slept through the whole show. They did get the footage, but it was really of nothing. But they were able to rip the audio off of it, so they had that. So they at least knew what they sounded like that night. And it was a tiny little bar, too. You know, one of those little dives that's, I don't know, it feels like it's less than 500 square feet when you're in there. It's like the size of someone's living room in their starter apartment, you know? So it's loud as can be. This guy still managed to fall asleep. So maybe that's what is happening. Alright, one more level to go. And this mushroom. I once played on a server where we had the centralized sort of area with the town hall and post office and those sorts of things, all on a mushroom island, and we built the town hall entirely almost out of mushrooms. Looked pretty cool. I think, well, it was mushroom and stone brick. Oh dear, my inventory is full. Whatever shall I do? Let's go put some of this dirt away. Because I'm not kidding, I really do want to keep the dirt. That's seriously how many resources we don't have. Okay, nobody look at the glowberry vine. Maybe if we give it the silent treatment. that will be more effective. Don't really need that more than okay. Okay. Back to the grind. Alright. I don't think we'll beat nightfall, but I think we'll beat sunrise. At which point I perhaps may once again say, well, maybe Phantoms tomorrow. And we can grow these big ones again if we want. We just have to plant the little mushrooms here and apply bone meal to them. And they'll grow that big again. But we don't want them right here. We're just gonna put trees here for now. And then maybe one day a nice little dog park or something. When we have a more well-established tree farm. Alright. Oh, that was some weird lag. Well, not weird, lag is the actually really normal, but it was annoying. What a beautiful sunset. Majestic. Looking around for phantoms. Well, technically, it's still sunset. I don't think the glowberry vine can hear us from here, so we can start talking about it behind its back and how it's doing terrible. Usually with phantoms, I hear them before I see them, because they shriek right before they dive bomb you. Maybe I am mistaken and they cannot spawn here, but I was sure I'd seen them here before and that I've seen them on other people's videos here before. Maybe I should stop complaining that an annoying thing is not dive bombing me. Maybe I should focus more complaining on those. There we go. It looks so pretty, all lit up at night. Yeah. We might have just enough shovel for this. Or we could also have not enough shovels. What normally happens when you say something like that is you don't have enough. And then also, just to remind you not to say things like that, your shovel breaks when you only have like one block left to mine. Because I should know better than to say things like that. The RNG gods frown upon you for speaking that way. And then they fail to bless you with things like bowbear. But we are almost done, whether we end up having to make another shovel or not. And then I'm going to plant all these saplings we have, and I'm going to plant them in a special way. Well, you know, it's not really special, but it is a way. And they'll be much easier to harvest. I won't have to go climbing up vines and jumping around leaves and so on and so forth. And I think everyone will be grateful for that, most of all me. Yeah, we're cutting this shovel thing close. I mean, no, we're not. We still have it. Yep, I might have to make another shovel. Here we go. Any block now. Yep, there we go. Alright. Let's go. Let's make 3 more. Yeah. I think if we make 3 more, we'll end up with at least 1 1/4 left. Nah. Oops. I didn't mean to knock them all down. Do I not have any left? None? Oh, we killed it. Wait, there's some. Okay. Oh, I put my sticks away. That was silly. There we go. Alright, let's try you again. Where do we want it? Right there? Yeah, that's a good spot. I mean, it wasn't last time, but maybe this time it'll take. Now you do good. Grow. The way we want you to. Alright. And we will now resume the digging dirt show. A very special episode where we're also digging my ceiling. Because, as we all know, it's about the principle. Alright. We're getting there. I said we would make it by sunrise, but we're not gonna. Because I had to go make more shovels, and I had to plant another glowberry. And I had to complain about it. Alright, 2 more passes. And we can finally do something. We did it. All right. Let's just put some dirt right here. Well, not there. Let's just undo everything we did by putting dirt where we put the dirt from. Okay. So I need to go get some, I'm gonna get some slabs. I guess I'm gonna make some slabs. I think I had 6 that I made by accident. And they're not even the kind of slabs I want. We are running out of places to put things. That's okay. I don't need all of my inventory right now. I got 7 kind of trees I want to plant, plus bamboo, plus 2 more kinds of trees I don't have yet. That will probably be a while before I have at least the warped trees, because we did have a nether spawn right at a crimson forest, but I'm not brave enough to go searching for a warped forest in the nether yet. What do I want? Actually, this is what I want. Just because it's not regular cobble. There. Okay. Take these as well. So the way this works is we're going to plant several rows of trees. And we're going to do it in such a way that we can chop them without climbing or jumping. But I kind of want to measure out how much room I have here. Let's say if I were to start here and give myself like 3 from the edge. So 1. And what if we put 5 between each row? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. That's not what I meant to do at all. So how many is that? And we want 7 types of trees. So 5 isn't going to work. Let's do 3. Because a couple of our trees also need more space than the others, the dark oak and the mangrove. Okay. So I'm on Y84, and I want to be on 93. Alright. And I want to put that there. That might actually be 1 too high. Well, let's find out. I can actually test this one. Okay, can't reach that. Can't reach that. I can reach that. I'm not 100% confident that I have the right height. Oh, and even measuring it, I want to see. I'm just going to let this tree grow before I do anything. Well, on the other hand, it won't hurt to try out 1 row. Alright. So surely at least one of these will grow in a couple minutes. And then we can test and see if that is the right height. What we're going for is they grow high enough to, well, not that they grow high enough so much as that they don't grow too high. And this will stop them from growing too high, but it won't stop them from growing, because if we place it too low, it will stop them from growing. And I want to hit that sweet spot where I can mine, or I guess in this case chop, without jumping, but them still growing as high as they possibly can while I'm able to chop without jumping. And once we do that, test it, then we can do the rest of them. And it's the same height for all of them, except dark oak is 1 block higher than whatever the rest of them are. The mangrove only, I said I was going to have to research it before I did it, and I was reading up on that today. Mangrove, you only require 6, but I'm going to go the same height as these. I think all of these only require 6, but we're not going for minimum, we're going for maximum that is within our range. Maybe the water will help, except that they're under. And I don't have any bone meal. I think I have 1 bone, which will give me 3 bone meal, which is not guaranteed. Okay, alright, here we go. We can check. Can I get the whole tree? Well, here's what I want to see. Okay. We got the right height. So what height was that? Actually, well, I'm just as pleased as can be that I got it right the first time. Of course, now that I've said that, something else is going to happen that will demonstrate I was actually wrong and I did not get it right the first time. So we got that. What I'm doing here, you can kind of see. I'm crouching, and if you crouch, it lets you. It doesn't visually represent it very well, but you can stay on the edge of stuff if you're crouching without risking falling. That is what I'm doing. And now that I'm up here actually doing something that we've been talking about doing since last night, that's when the phantoms are coming. Now, the reason I'm using slabs is sort of twofold. These slabs. In part because I can get more out of them if I make slabs. Because as you saw, I got almost 2 stacks of slabs from 1 stack of cobbled deep slate. So you get more coverage with them. Oops. But also, if you put them on the bottom half of a block, no mobs can spawn on it, and we don't want that. Now, that's not a factor in this biome. That's just force of habit. Well, that's not what I meant. Right there at the last one, too. Oh well. I guess we can lose this dirt. We can lose. We can spare a few pieces of dirt. And this isn't going to work out exactly the way that I'd hope. I'm going to, I think, have to put the mangrove and the dark oak elsewhere. And that's okay. Because this is just temporary. I'm not going to do a bunch of terraforming for that. I'm just going to find a nearby spot that looks like it'll work. I'm not gonna do this one yet. Or am I? Oh, what's that? Alright, well. Actually, yeah, this is fine. And maybe. I might have to adjust a couple of these. If I do, that's fine. That's just part of how this stuff works. There's not much I haven't had to rebuild or tweak, even stuff I'm really familiar with. Right. And we'll do 3. I need to put a thing over on this side so that I have a visual indicator. I don't have to worry about counting them every time. Alright, these are gonna be dark oak. Might actually be too close together. These are all fine. I know these are fine because I've done it this way before, but I haven't messed with mangrove. When I don't know how acacia is going to handle this seeding. I've never tried it. Oops. I've never tried this with acacia. We'll see how it does. I think it's probably all going to get in the way of each other, and only a couple of them will grow. I think that'll be okay. And then mangrove has to have 5. So we'll actually center it here. And we might even need to do something like you know what, let's just plant them all and see what happens. This will be a little bit of trial and error. And some of this stuff is so simple, but it's been so long since I've done it because I've been at in-game for over 4 years on the world that I've been playing on. And sometimes just the simplest stuff you forget if you haven't done it in a while. You know what? I'm not gonna do it that way. That's annoying. I'm gonna do it this way. And the reason I have 2 rows of dark oak is kind of because I just really like dark oak. Even though I'm already gonna get twice of it, not twice as much of it. And I'm actually kind of thinking maybe what I should do instead is use this for bamboo. And bamboo, it doesn't really matter about the height because you can chop the whole thing right here and it'll fall. So it actually would be in our interest to not block the whoa. Oh, right, because I lined it up. So, okay. Let's address that before we have to do this twice. Wow, 1 tree took up the whole thing. Okay. So, best case scenario, we might fit 2 trees in this space. Okay. Good to know. I think the best way to mine mangrove might just be TNT. But I am by no means ready to set that up. First, we'll need a creeper farm. Okay. Actually, I don't even know if acacia grows that high. That might not be necessary either. I've never really seen a very tall acacia. Okay. We're gonna do 2 things at once with this. put this down in the correct row while we chop the tree down. And then we only have to go up here maybe 4 or 5 times instead of... Because you know I'm gonna miss. I was about to say we only have to come up here once instead of twice, but you know I'm gonna miss some of these. And I'm gonna have to come back up here. Did I? Oh no, I forgot to go off. I am not really nailing this particular row here. There. There. And we'll see how that goes. I should probably take that one down. Because that just looks dumb. So at this stage in the game, there isn't much that's nice to look at. So if we can reduce those things, maybe we should. I could build scaffolding, but that's one thing I was actually thinking of taking care of tonight, is one of the things you need for scaffolding I don't really have, and that's string. But we have plenty of spider spawners, and I could make a really cheap, really simple spider farm from which we could get string and XP. And I was thinking of tackling that after we finished the finished getting this tree situation set up. Oh. But yes, you have the right idea with the scaffolding. I just don't have the stuff I need to make scaffolding. I have half of it right here. It's bamboo and string. Alright, let's maybe try it like I don't. We might have to do something else for growing mangrove. We'll see. Have to play with it a little more. I'm just not familiar enough with how it grows. But yeah, that's kind of the idea. And this will be way easier to get wood from than just planting it out in the open. Certainly saves some time. And I'm just gonna have to read up more on these. 'Cause, I mean, they've been out for like a year, but I just haven't. Another probably good idea would be to have some chests. Put all those extra saplings and stuff. Well, we are just not getting lucky at all. It's the glowberries. Maybe it's that spot doesn't. A bad spot for glowberries. What am I doing? Oh yeah, plenty. No, I don't. And once again, I'll use the acacia because I just don't like it. There we go. Let's see. Maybe we could. Oops. I made a half block back. Here's what I'm trying to do. There we go. And this is where we'll put the bodies. And we'll grow some delicious tomatoes. Not really, that's not a thing. But if you know, you know. What we're really doing is this. Alright. So let's go ahead and chop some of this stuff down and just see. Make sure I was right about the heights and everything. With my luck, it's entirely possible that I'm going to be off by one on everything and just have to move everything one block. Or as I like to joke, if you place anything off by one block, you can always just dig up everything in the world and move it one block over. Alright, that'll start dropping saplings here momentarily. Oh wait, that's not right. Is it? The way trees grow in the game is you have to understand a mechanic called ticks or ticking. Every second in Minecraft, there are 20 ticks, which is what they call half a millisecond, or something like that. And every tick, the game is doing things. With trees, it's checking to see if one can grow, because it wants, when there's something here, it gives these aren't the exact numbers, but it will explain how it works. You plant these here, we now have the conditions where this can grow. So every tick, it flips a coin and says, is it going to grow? Yes or no? And if the answer is yes, during that same tick or either the following tick, it checks, does it have room to grow? And if there's anything obstructing it, well, no, rather, after it flips the coin to determine if it's going to grow, the next tick asks the question, how tall am I? And let's say it says 20 blocks. The third tick says, do I have 20 blocks to grow? And if the third tick says no, everything resets and we start flipping the coin until all the conditions for growing are met. So by limiting the height, we are lowering the chances of growth. But since it checks 20 times every second whether or not it's going to grow, it's really not that bad. And we'll do a little bit more on the wood variants that we're hurting the most for. And then we'll switch gears and do, I think we'll do a little investigating into how the spider spawners are laid out. Because that was one of the things I was considering doing tonight, was making a spider farm. And it would be nice to have scaffolding, because my next project is going to be an iron farm, and that would be easier to do with scaffolding. In lieu of scaffolding, I like to use something called netherrack. It's that ugly block we saw in the nether yesterday. It's pretty much what most of the nether is made out of, except for a few biomes. It's originally what the entire nether was made up of until an update where they added a bunch of diversity to the nether. It breaks very, very easily, and it used to be the standard scaffolding before scaffolding was introduced in the game. But actual scaffolding in the game breaks even easier. And you don't have to go to the nether to get it. You just have to deal with the spiders. Which in real life terrify me, but fortunately that fear does not transfer to Minecraft. And then when we really get things going, we'll have semi-automation on things like sapling collecting. There's stuff you can do where you don't have to go around and pick everything up. You don't have to stand around and wait for stuff to decay. Actually, I'm gonna leave the acacia, not because not because I don't really like it, but because I want to see how it does when you plant it this way. I've never attempted this formation of acacia before. I just want to see how it does. Man, this stuff is bad. Not actually sure if that was preventing growth or not. Yeah, we might have to do a little more research on how to farm mangrove trees the best way, and revisit that. And if that's the case, we can just have an extra row of dark oak or something. But I think this is about the way we want it. I'm pretty satisfied that I got stuff the height that it needs to be. I would have liked to spread them out a little bit more because you lose sapling chances when the trees overwrite each other with when their leaves overwrite each other. But again, this is a temporary setup, so I'm not that concerned about getting max efficiency out of it. That is something I usually try to go for, but I'm not going to invest all the effort into it. for something that's not going to be here that long. I think everything that can drop has dropped. So yeah, okay, it is working out, because what it's doing, like, you know, it grows all crooked and crazy, so it's just keeps checking every tick until it gets one that will fit. These might have a harder time because we got that going on, but that's okay, because I don't really like acacia. Now I'm gonna make a couple more chests. I think this spot is just cursed. I'm gonna have to break down and put some glowstone on it. I mean, bone meal on it. There is absolutely no method to my madness at the moment. Okay. I want to go look at this thing one more time. And then I'm going to head down to a spider spawner and assess the best way to approach a farm. I know a couple good ones, but we don't have the resources to make those. So we're going to make something really basic. Also, the spider spawner I have in mind is not in a dungeon the way most of them are, so it's not got the pre-generated room set up. We're going to have to build the room around it as well, or some other mechanism to control the flow of the spiders. Yeah, this is gonna be fine. This'll work for what we're in need of at the moment. And the acacias work well. This one definitely will not grow, but as you can see, that they are finding a way. I don't think these two. Well, you know what? Actually, it might pop out over this way or over. I won't say it won't happen, because then it will. All right, let's go take a look at this fire spawner. There it is. And the fact that our stairs are there make it also. Our stairs are within the radius of where the spiders can spawn if we. Oops. If we remove the conditions that prevent them from spawning, that yeah, they're going to be able to spawn on the stairs, so we're going to have to redo that. So although this one is super conveniently located to everything else we've got, it might be worthwhile to see if there's another one nearby, and if not, we know where those other ones are from that other mine. So we'll just check around real quick. If not, we'll go back to the other ones we already know where they are. Well, they're not going to be any back this way. This is not a abandoned mine anymore, but it is kind of a cool cave. Let's just kind of look, take a quick look see. I don't want to get too involved in exploring it just yet, though. There will be plenty of time for that. And this island's so big, it is unlikely we'll ever be able to explore everything underneath it. But we'll hit some of it. Okay. Go back and explore this mine a little bit more. We might find some other cool stuff while we're checking it out as well. But so far I haven't seen anything promising in the way of a spider spawner. Oh, but I will take this stuff though. I'm not really thirsty. Not terribly interested in that. I thought that might have been webs, but that's diorite. Ooh, and we got a name tag. That's really good. We'll need that when we're ready to build our iron farm, because it requires a zombie, and in order to prevent the zombie from accidentally despawning, we can use a name tag on it. We'll have to come up with a silly name for the zombie. So I have to think about that between now and then. And let's see what this enchanted book is. Ooh, that's the best efficiency enchantment you can get, and efficiency itself is one of the best enchantments you can get. I'm not gonna put it on anything yet. I'm gonna hold off on it until we have mending, and then I'll put it on my diamond pickaxe. Efficiency allows you to mine things much faster than otherwise. So it's a very attractive, very popular enchantment. I put it on almost everything that I can. Nope. Okay, I think we're gonna have to go back to the original mine. Don't know that I went down this way though. Just make sure. Okay, I don't remember this down here. Oh crap, I'm gonna... we got really lucky that we didn't die there. Very lucky. Oh man. And I don't have anything to pillar back up with, so we're gonna have to, you know, as Chief Wickham says, dig up. As we send our love down the well. Might as well get this iron while we're here. Well, it could have been a lot worse. The drop could have been a lot steeper. Or not steeper, but deeper. It could have been we were in a biome that had, you know, stuff that could kill us. Different mobs. Let's just patch that hole up. There we go. Man. Got really lucky. Alright. There is a spider spawner. Okay. Alright. Finally managed to kill a spider without it poisoning me first. Not all spiders can poison you, just cave spiders. Regular spiders just bite. Okay. Alright, I got poisoned anyway. I'm gonna run away a little bit and heal up. Go. I don't like that they're up there. I don't like that at all. Is there another spawner back here at all? Let's make sure that we don't get ambushed. If I had, oh, you know what? There might be another spawner back this way, because it seems like the webs don't necessarily always go this far. They can, it just seems like if they do, there's more than one spawner. Or I could be wrong. Anyway, if I had shears, I could actually remove these webs intact and then place them wherever I want, like that one there. But I don't, and I need string more than I need decorative webs. They do have a function as well. If you throw anything into them or any mob comes around and gets stuck in them, it slows them down. So if you need something to fall, but for whatever reason you need it to fall slowly, These webs are a really good way to do that. There's not too much I can think of that would, usually it's some kind of really complex thing that you would have going on. I can't even think of a specific example. I've seen people like the really talented technical Minecraft people use that mechanic for something. You know what? I am not going to be near a spider spawn without a sword or some kind of weapon. If I accidentally knock the torch off, I will immediately be surrounded by them, because those spider spawners can drop, I think, 1 to 4 spiders simultaneously every I forget how many every second it is, and I think it also depends on how many are still there and how many you've killed and how many have run far enough away. But we can make scaffolding now, so that's nice. Alright, I am gonna need some blocks to build kind of the room I need to build. Maybe I can grab those from the bottom of the mine. You know, I might as well take a crafting table with me down there too. And maybe even a chest. I was about to say I need a water bucket more than likely. But my water bucket's down where I'm going anyway. I'm just gonna get a cup. Who knows, we might need the stairs too. Alright. I did not expect my first farm would be a spider farm, but on my last world it was. And on my very first world it was. It's funny how that works out. And I didn't even really know what a farm was on my first world. I just sort of figured out that these things were spawning and wouldn't stop. I didn't actually know you could turn them off with a torch. Well, not just a torch, but any light. And I ended up building a wall of fences around that were too small for them to get out, but were large enough for me to hit them with my sword through the fences. And that was my very first farm. And then I did something really similar, very close to it, because it just happened to be next to a slime chunk where slimes spawn. And low enough to where the slimes would spawn. The slimes only spawn below Y40, except in swamps, in which case they'll spawn anywhere. But slimes typically only spawn below Y40 and only in special chunks known as slime chunks. There's no way to really know if something is slime chunk other than that you saw a slime spawning in it. But there is a website you can go to and you can type in your seed and it will tell you where your spawn chunks are. Well, apparently my server is rebooting in about 15 minutes, so in 15 minutes I will take a short break while it does that, I guess. Are those spiders still there? One thing I can do is I can just run far enough away that they despawn, and then I don't have to deal with them. I think it's just 128 blocks you have to run to make something despawn. It's not far at all. And that's essentially a football field and a quarter of it. Might as well get this other stuff while we're here, because it's not like we don't need it. We don't have an iron farm after all. Not yet. But we're gonna, and we're gonna have so much iron, we don't know what to do with it. So what I'm attempting to do here is that is a lot of spiders up there. There must be another spawner up there. And I'm gonna pretend I'm in a horror movie and let's go take a look, gang. Oh my goodness, that is a lot of spiders over there. My thought is if I get near the lava, I can use it to my advantage. And I was right. And we're gonna need another axe as well. All of our tools are degrading. might can thing here. No, it's not gonna work because of the same issue I ran into the other day. Spiders can't fit through here, but I think cave spiders can. Well, he got me through the wall. Well, you know what? They might not be able to fit because this is smaller than a blood. It's really close whether or not they'd be able to fit. I don't know why they're behaving that way, but I'm glad that they were. So not only are we going to get a lot of string, we'll be able to start stockpiling on spider eyes, which are useful for brewing potions. There's still a lot of spiders around here. There's got to be another spawner, right? Alright, we'll take the torches and the blueberry. Don't really need anything else right now. I mean, eventually the rails will come in handy, but I just don't want them right now. There's a large concentration of something hostile over this way. I don't know what. But I think it's far enough away that I don't need to be concerned about it. Yes, I do need to be concerned about it. Man, this thing's crawling with spiders. Literally. Yep. There I go. Alright. Oh dear. We're back at the because we didn't reset our spawn when we got back to the island. This is where we spawned originally in the game. And we're not safe from mobs here. So what we're going to do, we're going to run to that terrible village and sleep so it's daytime, and then we'll deal with getting back. And we'll probably get back not before the server resets in 15 minutes. But we'll try. I think the village is over that way. Well, at least that splatter can't poison me. Of course, my death means the counter resets on phantoms as well. If there are such things. Bobbing and weaving. Aren't you glad we didn't steal that bed now? Ha! Get up. Yep, my bad. You don't even have a job. Loser. Alright. Not that not having a job makes you not a loser. I mean a loser. Right? I've certainly been there before myself. More than once. Not definitely. I'm a Minecrafter. Anyway, we're gonna punch a tree, get some wood, make some planks, make a crafting table, make a boat, go back to our island. Because our island is actually not that far. I don't even need that. I know where I was. I was about to say I need to do this quick or I'm not going to be able to sprint anymore because I'm out of... You can't sprint after you have 3 hunger bars or less. Those are the little drumstick thingamajiggies on the bottom right above my hot bar. Alright. And we will remember this as the spot where we made our boat from that time we died. We'll just leave it there so we never forget. Until one day we come across this crafting table just sitting there and we wonder to ourselves why in the world we left the crafting table right there. Many years from now. But as I recall, the ocean's right on the other side of this hill, and then the mushroom island. Oh, yeah, we're not gonna make it back in 2 minutes. We could have made it if we had 3 or 4 minutes. That's okay. I don't know why it's doing that. Usually those things tend to happen in the middle of the night. Well, we certainly aren't going down that tree. I've always been able to set my own restart time. I typically do it when everyone who's on the world would be sleeping. I actually tend to have it done so that it happens right before people wake up. That way they can be asleep while in the game they had their character buy something all night and just generated resources while they in real life slept. Anyway, this is probably a good time to take a break, so I'm going to take a 5 or 10 minute break here, and I'll see you on the other side. And I'm back. And I came back on the server and found that my boat was gone. And I'm in the middle of the ocean. I don't know what it is with this server and taking away my boat, but it's annoying. The thing is, if you have a depleted hunger bar, you can still go at normal speed in a boat, but you can't swim at normal speed. And I think I don't know, maybe I can do this. Let's see. Maybe I have just enough. Maybe I'm a couple short. We'll find out. Okay, I'm about to get kicked from the server, I think. Because suddenly I can't move. I can spin, but I can't do anything else. Stand by for technical difficulties. Still need to make that title card. Okay, so now we're back and we have a boat again, but we also have the crafting table we made. So, I guess that's good. Fairly bizarre thing to happen. I've never come on a server and had my boat be gone. That seems to be a thing here. Maybe we can find the source of it and eliminate that, because that's annoying. You know what we don't have anymore is the giant trees that indicate roughly where we are, which is another reason it might be smart to build a dock out here, so we just have some sort of visual reference of where on the island we're headed. Now we just need to find our little campsite. Which I'm pretty sure is right over this way. I could be wrong. Let's see how close we are. Okay, we're not close at all. It's actually more this way. I probably should have grabbed some food at that village. There was some hay. I could have at least made some bread, and then we could get back faster, but I didn't really think about it. I thought I'd be at the ocean and that I'd connect with the island But, you know, I thought I'd arrive at the ocean faster than I did. I thought I'd connected a more central spot on the island than I did. And of course, we got this lake so big that when I see it, I'm not sure if I'm at the lake or if I'm at the ocean. But I think that's our ocean monument right over there, around the corner. Yeah, I think I just saw it there. So we're gonna grab something to eat out of one of these chests real quick, just so we can run back down the stairs and get our stuff, which I am hoping won't have despawned by now. It can only despawn if it sits there for 5 minutes and the chunk is loaded. And I have to be within a certain radius for the chunk to be loaded. So there is a good chance that all of it is still there. But that chance lessens by the fact that I'm getting closer and I'm going the wrong way around this ravine. And the closer I get to it, the closer I am to loading it. So you take risks like that, like jumping when you normally wouldn't. Can I eat this? Nope. I can plant it though. We'll get a couple carrots or something out of one of these chests. Or I might have a little steak left as well. I think I might even have a little steak. And if we do lose all our stuff, it's okay. None of it was irreplaceable. It was just iron gear and some deep slate cobble. We'll be totally fine. There we go. Now we can move fast again. And we'll see if we can get our stuff. If it's still there, we'll just duck in, grab it, run away, and then equip our gear, and then slowly, very cautiously, go back. I think it's right over this way. Yep, it's gonna be up here, and then past this one and to the left. If it's still there. And it is. And that was our problem. I thought that it was like that. You can't jump up 2 blocks without some help. Oh, there's a bat. Maybe we can get its head. Nope, no bat head. That's okay. Let's get all this stuff back on. Let's arrange our gear the way we like it. You know, before it breaks, which is gonna do very soon. Okay. Oh, that spider spawn is a bit down there. Hopefully that's close enough to prevent it from... There. That's close enough to prevent it from activating. So we might have something kind of cool here. We're gonna take a closer look now that it's safer. And you'll see why I risked that death and why that death was maybe totally worth every last bit of it. Though it could have been avoided if I just paid attention and realized that I had not mined down far enough and wouldn't be able to jump back up. Anyway, the way this stuff works is assuming that these are not lit, and you are within 16 blocks of them, they will activate and produce spiders every, we'll say 4 to 8 seconds, something like that. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but you get the idea. But if we have 2 within 16, within actually it can be more than 16 blocks. If we have 2 in a spot where I can be less than 16 blocks from both of them, then we get double the spiders, and that's a cool mechanic to take advantage of. How far off are we? What's going on? Well, crap. I'm gonna die again, and I didn't reset my spawn. Oh no. Okay, this time we'll take food. This time the server won't reset. We'll be smarter about it. Oops. Okay. My third plant was growing. Which one? I can't remember what the recipe for bread is. Do you need a crafting table for that? Okay. Alright, I guess you need a crafting table for it. I don't think there are any crafting tables here, so I'll have to make one. Oh yeah, they never stop growing. What I want from it is that there's a random chance that every time it grows, there's a glowberry on the new segment, and that one, what I keep pretending to be mad about is that every time there's a new segment, there's not a glowberry on it, but the other two do have glowberries. When all I have to do is just apply bone meal to it, and then I can have a glowberry whatever spot I want. I just don't have enough bones to make bone meal. I only have 1 bone. It'll give me 3 bone meal, but I kind of want to save that bone for maybe having a like, we'll say 9 or 10 bones, and then I have a good shot at taming a wolf. Sometimes you get a wolf with 1 bone, and sometimes you have to use a bunch. It's just random. Oh, that's right. We left the crafting table over here. We'll use that one. We can find it. And it occurs to me I should make a boat. Oops. Okay, well, we definitely have enough boats now. I'm not going to put them all down though, because believe it or not, if you have empty boats around the world, they cause lag. There's even a mod with a thing where you can input a command and it will delete every empty boat in the world, just for the purpose of reducing the lag. It's more of a problem when you have a bunch of people on a server and the boats can add up from people just like going somewhere, getting out of the boat and losing it, forgetting it, or dying and never making it back to it. Or if you're that guy I was talking about, Grian, maybe you build a giant boat in the sky and then fill it with boats like this and then have it drop on someone who you want to prank their area so that they have a bunch of flag. Maybe you do that. Oh, well, now that everything's loaded, we can actually see exactly where to go. That bamboo certainly helps. It's just the island's so big that when I go to the north, I want to go there. But it's the southern end of a northern lake, which is actually more central. And that looks like the southern end of the island when it's actually top of the central part that just sort of did a... Maybe there's polar bears on the island. Oh, no, it's back. I still won't rule it out. There are polar bears in the game, so maybe we can have a nice little lost Easter egg and get some polar bears and bring them here. That would be fun. Or maybe it wouldn't. We'll do it if we feel like it. Okay. Round 2, or maybe I guess round 3 with the spider. We will get our revenge. Don't worry. Oh, that has grown quite a bit. Oh, it looks like it does have berries finally. At the very bottom. You finally did it. Great job. Let's, there. Now our respawn point is set. If we die again, we'll reappear right there. I meant to do that last time, and right about the moment I realized I was not going to escape that death is when I realized I'd forgotten. Okay. Okay. Let's maybe make some room for some stuff. And I don't need that right now. Well, part of my problem, I guess, was my sword broke. Okay. Oh. What's confusing me though? Okay. I go right here. Am I going down too soon? Is that what it? That's what it is. Okay. Jeez. everything is broken. Where's our this thing? Alright. There's our sword. There's our pick. Should have gotten more sticks. Those spider webs. I didn't realize how quickly they tear up a sword. Was just like everything else. I'm used to having stuff that just doesn't break so quickly. I can usually get thousands of uses rather than tens or hundreds before my stuff breaks on the world I'm more acclimated to. Okay. Okay, this is very good. This is really good. I'm exaggerating a little bit because spider spawners aren't that amazing. But as far as spider spawners go relative to themselves, this is really good. And I should have just made an axe while I was up there. Okay, so these are both in a proximity in which, ooh, there's got to be, that's where the other spider spawner is, down there. And I think there was another one we saw. Might be over here. No. Oh, wait, it was down that corridor over here. And there must be another one. Like down this way, something. Must be a chamber in there with one. Unfortunately, I don't think this one is close enough to where we can activate all three. Let's see. This one's at Z32. So I have to be within. I have to be at least here-ish for it to activate. So yeah, I can activate all three of these at once. Though being in the middle. Just can't win with these tools. Being in the middle of them makes it a little more tricky than if they were grouped in a way where I didn't have to stand in the middle. We can make it work. Of course, we can make it work with just one or two of them, but like I've been saying, I don't want to necessarily do the easy thing when the cool thing is available. And the cool thing would be a way to figure out how to do all three of those and potentially that fourth one that I think is there. Okay. Let's see if we can locate that fourth spawner that I suspect. This is one of them. And the other one was on it. There's definitely something going on. And that one's already turned off. That's the one we already know about. Why? Oh my goodness. there's something over here. Would really like to know the source of these mobs. Oh, it's a spawner, but those are zombies, which are much less threatening than spiders. Okay, so now we know dungeons can spawn on Mushroom Island. What have we got? We got 13. That's probably the most common one. Protection here. I'll take the gold. I'll take the name tag. Leave some of the stuff behind. Of course, we can always come back for it. Horse armor. Where I've never really cared about fishing enchantments. And we're gonna have plenty of spider spawns. Still I don't really have a horse we'll take it. I mean, now I'm wondering if there's something similar to this on the other side of here. Now these work just like the spider ones, except this is a traditional dungeon, and we can farm these as well. How did you even bite me? Really, all that these guys are gonna drop is rotten flesh and an occasional potato or carrot, maybe a piece of iron. But we can use their flesh and trade it with clerics for emeralds. Okay, the way that spider appeared tells me that there's a spawner over there. The way, yeah, the way it just appeared there with a very slight plume of smoke. That's how I was able to discern there was a spawner nearby. Though it shouldn't have activated with this light here. That is confusing, why that happened. I don't know why that would have happened. It's not supposed to. Okay. We have definitely determined that we can farm spiders and their drops here. Okay. I'm just trying to get my bearings here. So we have a spawner here and here. Right there and right there. And then we have another one. I'm just trying to figure out where they all are relative to one another. And what's causing stuff to appear over this way. Not that one, that one's already lit up. Nope, still no bad hit. Okay, so we have this one, and then if I stand right about here, we'll also activate this one and this one, and then around the corner from this one, we also have the zombie one. Okay, that's how they're laid out. So I won't be able to activate this one while I'm activating the other three, I don't think. But what might be more interesting is I might be able to activate this one and that and the zombie one at the same time. So rather than 3 spiders at once, I can have 2 different mobs at once. I could also set it up to where I can do 3 spiders at once or stand at a different spot and do a zombie and a spider at once. We have options here. I think the thing to do I want to mine all this out a little bit better so it's not twisty and turny, and that from each spawner I can see the other spawners. So we're not gonna get the spider farm done tonight because it's gonna take a while to dig this place out. But once we dig this place out, it's totally going to be worth having done so. And we can even start that now. Yeah, let's just put up quickly. Okay. So let's break this down into smaller pieces. Let's make it so we can see these two from one another first. We'll start with that. And then we'll assess what the next best way to clear out some of this area is. But this will be a fun project. And I'm actually glad that I don't have time to do it tonight, because that will force me to think about it some more tomorrow, as I'm, you know, just going about my day. Things like this always pop back in my head. And everything reminds me of Minecraft in some way. It sounds silly, but it's true. And often I'll run into something at work, or even listening to the radio, in which, like, it'll trigger something completely unrelated, and that will make whatever I do in Minecraft better, just because I just had time for my brain to run amok with the idea and play with it in some serious and sensible and also ridiculous and stupid ways, that when they all come together you end up with something better than you would have. Or at least better than you would have if you hadn't thought about it for a while. I might just make 5 or 10 picks when this one breaks, and then come back down with them all. Yeah, this is gone here any second. And we'll find a better path to all this as well, too. Something you don't have to zigzag and traverse through the wibbly wobbly, timey wimey, twisty turny mine shaft corridors. That looks so much better than it did. Kind of wish there was one more a little higher, but it's better than it was. Okay. I shouldn't have done that. I should have brought the iron up with me too. Alright. This is copper. Like the mangrove tree, it's one of the newer things that it's been out for at least a year, if not longer, that I just haven't really messed with. Copper is kind of cool in that you can make a block of copper and then you can let it sit out, and it will slowly go through 4 different stages of oxidation until it turns green, like, you know, the Statue of Liberty did. But you can also apply wax to it, which you can get by farming stuff from bees, and you can stop the oxidation process along the way at any of the stages you would like to stop it at. So you can intentionally weather it, intentionally partially weather it. It's the only block in the game I can think of that did that. It's an entirely new mechanic, and I like the idea. I just haven't messed with it, like I said. But I'd like to see them implement that, maybe with some other materials that we have in the game. Might be worthwhile just to bring a furnace down here. So next, we can sort of eyeball either the zombie one or the spider one down there. The zombie one's actually maybe a little closer. I'd like to see how much closer. I think I'll do that one next. It's maybe about the same distance as the other spider spawner that's not with the two that are so close together. We'll see. That's the whole point of digging this out, is to see. But we'll definitely have some fun with these over the next few days. I think we'll swing our focus into getting these spawners properly exploited. And once we do that, we'll turn our attention to an iron farm. And then once we do the iron farm, we'll do the villager trading hall. And if I can find an amethyst geode, we can make these things even cooler. With amethyst geodes... Oh wait, we did find one. It's in the other abandoned mine shaft. They grow these crystals, and you can apply the crystal to glass, which makes the glass tinted. And light will shine through glass, but not tinted glass. But you can still see through tinted glass. So we can light up the area and then still see through what the spawners are doing while keeping them dark enough to be active. But in a way we can see them without being harmed by what's coming out of them. And I like to set up farms like that so that I can just watch what's going on inside, because one, if it breaks, that's an easy way to find out, and two, it just looks neat. Yeah, once you get rid of the corridor, then just sort of do what I'm doing here. You start to see how close all this stuff actually is together. If I stood here, yeah, I can get both of these activated while still being far enough to where they can't get me if I have a wall up. And they're almost the same height. This one's one block higher, but that doesn't pose a problem. We can work around that. That one's 2 blocks higher. I'm not sure how much lower the other one is. I want to say it's 3 or 4. And we're also not certain if there's an additional spawner we haven't found yet. But we're gonna look around, make sure we're gonna make sure we find them all that we can exploit within the area. Okay. So yeah, let's open it up down this way where that other one is. Yeah, I still don't know how I want to do it. It'll be fun to think about. I've been down this way, I'm not actually sure. I'll have to give this place a good thorough look around and then mark where I have and haven't been with torches. But first, I want to take care of all this stuff. And hopefully we'll get a decent amount of like stuff like iron and whatnot. Which I actually like to build my iron farms in a way that incorporates a lot of iron. I think it fits the motif. So it'll be nice to have some iron before we start. So this is on Y9, and then the highest one we have is Y16. So this is 7 blocks higher. I have 2 sort of in the middle of that. But yeah, I'm pretty sure if I were to stand right about here, I could make all 3 of them turn on. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to build it in such a way that I can get drops from all 3 of these at once. But make it so that... No. There's a way to automatically kill spiders without you killing them yourself. But you don't get drops if you do it that way. Or I guess you get drops, but you don't get XP. I don't care as much about XP at this point. And eventually my XP is going to come from a farm at the end anyway. I definitely need to think about this, but I really like the idea of having zombies and spiders running at once. But I also really like the idea of 3 spiders running at once. I don't know what I want to do. Okay, well, that iron's gone. I'm not going down there just for that. Sometimes they sort of pop right to you like you've got a magnet, and sometimes they pop away from you. You never know which it's gonna be. And part 2 of building this might actually be going and finding that amethyst geode again, and sort of going back and forth and getting emerald, or not emerald, but amethyst shards from it. And then running back over here and mining some more. And then letting them grow, and then running back over there and getting them. Go back and forth. And looking to see if there's anything worthwhile in this directions. Yeah. The thing about the spider web slowing things down, the one thing it doesn't slow down, which makes sense, is the spiders themselves. And we actually can destroy these little cage things, these spawners, but that's dumb because why would we do that when we can exploit them? We're gonna have to go get some more cow friends for dinner as well. We've only got 9 steak left. So might have some more in a chest back on the surface, so I'm pretty sure I have at least a quarter stack somewhere up there. I could be wrong, but I think I do. I don't know why I came up here. I was just suddenly like, I wanted to stop digging for a minute, and I just had this hunch that that little cave would lead to something, and it kind of did, and we got a name tag out of it. Can't really explain it. Sometimes you just get a feeling like I need to go that way because I think there's something there, and I can't explain why I get that feeling. It might be some sort of subconscious clue that the game gives me that I'm not even aware of. I don't know. Or maybe I just can't focus on anything and I have to go run around and touch all the buttons and pull all the levers every few minutes. Maybe it's a little bit of both. I think I am going to wrap up here shortly. It's a little late and getting kind of sleepy. And I do have to work tomorrow. But I am glad that we're digging all this out before I call it a night, because I now have a much better idea of the size of the area that I'm working with and what it will take to get the most out of all 4 of these spawners. And like we keep saying, maybe 5. I'm starting to think that there's not another one though. I just have a hunch I was wrong about that. But knowing the scope of it will allow my mind to wander more accurately to what the reality of the situation is. And come up with maybe some better ideas of how to tackle this once we get it cleared out and can start building rather than just accessing. Quite a vein of lapis, alright. But I think once we get a big rectangle where we can see all 4 spawners from, or we can see the other 3 spawners from each spawner, I think we'll be in good shape to really make a decision about the best way to approach this. And if we're lucky, we'll get a bunch of spider heads too. We won't get zombie heads. Like I said, I have a plugin where when you kill the mobs, they have a random chance of their heads dropping, but the mechanic for head drops is different on zombies and skeletons and creepers, sort of the default hostile mobs of the game. Getting their heads was built into the game already before the mob head mod. And the way to get that is you have to get a charged creeper, which is a creeper that was struck by lightning. And you can force this lightning strike with a special trident enchantment. But you get the charged creeper and you get it to blow up and have that explosion result in the death of a skeleton, zombie, or other creeper. You get their head. So the mob head mod does not work on those three mods the way it works on the other, because a different mechanic for their heads is already in the game. But we will get a bunch of spider heads out of this situation. That's just a visual glitch. Sometimes when you start to mine something, the mining texture will get stuck if you stop mining it. That's what happened right there. But yeah, this is starting to come together and starting to get a better picture of how to approach it. But I'm gonna do my Mr. Rogers thing now. Change my cardigan. And I'll say that I'm wrapping up now. But we've had fun doing this. I can switch what I'm doing. That's fun. You can do it with 2 shovels and you call it the shovel shuffle. That's what Impulse, this guy on Hermitcraft, does. Anyway, it's been fun. Tomorrow we'll, I think, continue taking advantage of these spawner finds we found, and that'll probably take the entire evening. Actually, I'm not streaming tomorrow. I'm hanging out with my girlfriend tomorrow. But Friday we will tackle these, and that might actually take 2 or 3 nights. So it might not be until next week that we get into the iron farm and then the villager trading hall. So I've been Captain Incredulous, and you've been wonderful, and I will see you next time. Good night.